on in your life. And today, one of our absolute favorites, Nanny Stella from Nanny 911. Welcome back to the show. Get her that microphone right there. Is she plugged in?
I can't hear anything. Good morning.
Oh, she's not plugged in. Let me plug her in.
Lisa unplugs your headphones. Lisa's afraid that you're going to tell her she's a bad mom.
Oh,
like you do to Jack and I every time you're here.
Oh, she will for sure. But we're bonding over here. Me and
She's
Nanny
great.
Stella.
We absolutely love Nanny Stella.
We're
She's
totally
fantastic.
bonding. We have a friend who is my baby nurse. Is one of the baby nurse that I had with my first child. Is her good friend.
Isn't that a small little world?
Great?
We know the same people.
That's because
Yes,
you
we know a
guys
lot of
run
the
around
same
in the
people.
world of Uber nannies.
But I came here for therapy today. Can you give me some therapy?
Oh, you need therapy?
Yeah.
What happened?
Did you see me on South Park?
Were you
I
on
did.
South Park?
I did.
Did you on South Park?
You know what's
Yeah.
so funny? I did see that.
And look, you're still laughing about it.
No, I totally
Wow.
didn't think about it at all until you just brought it up right here. And I remember they like ranked up, but they rank on everyone, which means you're huge.
It's kind of
you're
an
really
honor.
Yeah, and that's what they focused on. My weight. Hello.
That's
I don't mean
mean.
huge weight. I mean you're huge, like superstar.
I know I'm famous now, right?
You're
Yes, you're very famous.
Okay, but this is what I need therapy over, okay?
Okay.
It wasn't the weight. It wasn't
Okay.
me rolling in like a Teletubby, okay?
Okay.
That I can live with, okay? I can't argue that.
What's funny is I can't think of one thing that sticks out. I remember they did you, but I don't have any.
They gave me crooked teeth, and I have nice teeth.
Oh, but that's a joke that
A British
Americans do
thing.
to anything
Nah, it's true.
British. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, well, that sucks.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But that's not true. So
No, I spent a lot of money on
You have
these.
nice teeth, and
yeah.
so see that's not true. And they were just making fun of you because you're
It's
famous.
that Austin Powers thing. You know,
Right.
the
Yeah,
Brits and
totally.
the teeth.
It's-
That's
I
what it is.
did get off lightly, actually. Did you see what they did to Joe Frost?
Oh yeah.
They had her in a mental asylum, eating her own excrement. So,
Yes, they did.
Brutal.
Yeah.
And then you know what's funny though? I kind of agreed with them in the end. The dog trainer with the little zap therapy totally cured the kid the way Stench would.
yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to start pinching kids when nobody's looking.
Jab him in the neck.
Pinch.
That's funny.
You know, there's actually a lot of people on the phone already. People, we all think that we're good parents, and most of us are to some degree, I think. I
Okay.
hope.
We try.
But our technique sometimes doesn't
We
work,
aspire.
or we get stuck on something. I mean, do you have
Well-
anything, Lisa, that like sticks to mind that you would want help on?
Well, yeah. I mean, my kids are almost 5 and almost 8, and what we're going through right now is fighting. It's full-on barbaric fighting. The girls hit each other, they scream, they don't get something, and then all hell breaks loose. And yesterday, Delilah took the TV changer and threw it at the back of Amelia's head.
Whoa, that's a good one.
That's harsh.
That's harsh. That's like Naomi Campbell territory.
She saw it on E! News.
Yeah, she thought it was okay.
She went, that's all right. And this is overplaying, and it's about sharing. And,
Okay.
and, you know, I understand what goes on, but it escalates. I was in the kitchen. I was actually cooking, which it never happens. So, never happens.
Okay.
So I couldn't get in there quick enough. And I really didn't want to get in there. I thought, you know what? Work it out yourselves. And
Right.
then the TV changer goes and hits the head. And,
Oh.
you know,
Oh, and
how-
she hit her? She got her?
She got her.
Oh, good
I mean,
aim.
it really doesn't matter what the inappropriate behavior is. It's inappropriate.
It is inappropriate.
Okay, so it's one consequence followed by one action. So what you could do, although you want them to fight it out, you don't want them to fight it out till the death. So you can just walk in from the kitchen and remind them, because they're going to get used to this. You know, once you've set house rules, then they know there's no fighting.
Right.
That, you know, I'm giving you one warning. If that happens again, this is going to be the consequence. But Nanny Deb did a show, and she really promoted to brothers that they were brothers for life. You know, you want to come at it from a different angle sometimes.
Okay.
That, you know, if you're going to love anybody in this world, it should be your family. And I've known other people. One family that I know had their boys hold hands around a tree. Okay. Yeah, for like an hour.
No.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
works?
Well, it's a different approach, but it's like, this is it. There is no.
Was that the consequence?
Well, that was their consequence. So there's, you know, you've got to come from it from a different angle, but
right.
sometimes you do have to referee.
I got screwed in this sibling fighting because here's what happened. My brother was older, would kick my ass, and then my mom or dad would come out and kick both of our asses.
Oh, see-
Double ass beating for me.
See, I was an only child, so I never saw fighting. I never fought
Oh,
with
I
anybody.
fought.
So all of a sudden, I've got these two little fighters, in my house. I don't know what to do with it.
Me and my brother used to bruise each other. My
Yeah.
grandma would say, if social services comes here, you're going to be taken away. You know, it was bad.
Sometimes, do you think it's okay to say harsh things, like to really sort of put the fear of God in them.
In the kids?
Yeah.
It depends what the circumstances are.
Let me tell you, I'm just going to share with you something that really worked, and I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong, but it worked like a charm.
Okay.
All
But
right.
they're in therapy now, right?
They will be, for sure. But my little one, when she was 3, she was spitting.
Here we go.
She went through this whole spitting stage, and it was horrible.
When she was mad, she would spit,
She
or
would
was it
spit
being funny?
all the time. No, she was mad.
Okay.
Or anytime. She would just spit. So I was getting so fed up with it, and I finally said to her, listen, boys spit. Girls do not spit, and if you spit, you're going to grow a penis.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, hold on one second.
She never spit again.
Here's what we've got. Lisa Rinna telling her kids, who are girls, if they spit, they'll grow a penis. Nanny Stella's advice when we come back. Jamie, Jack, and Stench show. Today, our guest host, Lisa Rinna, filling in for Jamie White. She's out with the baby. Baby Caden was born 1 week ago today. Congratulations to her. And it is Therapy Thursday, and our guest today, Nanny Stella. Absolutely awesome to have her in here from Nanny 911 on Fox. We love it when you come in here and you give us great advice. And it's fun today because so far, Lisa's going to get it and not Jack and I.
Right.
'Cause it's usually Jack and I. And when we went to break, this is what we left you with. Lisa had a question. She had one of her kids was going through a problem and spitting. When she would get mad, she would spit. And Lisa told her, if you spit, you're going to grow a penis. Nanny Stella, take it away.
Well, I'm actually surprised your daughter ever brushed her teeth again, because what was she going to do when she was spitting out, in the sink?
True.
No, that was very imaginative at the time, but
That was good.
I wouldn't advise that again.
Yeah.
If you can think on your feet.
Obviously, I
No,
can't.
my rule of thumb for spitting is that you're actually only allowed to spit in the bathroom. It's all about
that's
brushing
a
your
good
teeth
one.
and
That's
spitting.
good.
So if you want to spit, you can go in the bathroom, but you
Good.
can't spit. It's inappropriate.
It's inappropriate.
So
Again,
what
it's all
happens?
about inappropriate behavior,
Yeah,
is what I'm learning.
when you're inappropriate, what do you do?
Well, there's a consequence, and Lisa would have to pick that consequence.
So whether it's to go sit on a spot, to go take a time out, to go to your room, whatever it is, there's got to be a consequence.
Absolutely. I mean, with older kids, it would be something that you would take away,
Got it.
something, a
Or-
privilege, One warning, one consequence.
I like that. I'm going to write that down. One warning, one consequence.
I
Because
like-
I need my cheat sheet when I'm in that situation.
Oh, hold on, kids.
Hold
Pull
on,
out the
guys,
book.
Wait. Nanny Stella says,
Oh, by the way, you guys have the book, the Nanny 911 book that's out in all bookstores and Amazon.com too, which, by the way, ruined my life.
I know you told me, and I'm
Brought it
very
home.
sorry.
My wife looks at it and just tells me how wrong I am at parenting all the time.
You did need it, though.
That's
You were
that
doing some
flipping.
scary stuff with that little girl.
Oh, the little girl's fun right
See?
now.
Right there.
You gotta love the little girl.
You told me she was threatening to kill kids.
Yeah, we had a little talk at
was
school.
she?
But it's like it's out of humor. It's not
That's
like
a
she's
yes.
gonna physically attack and kill. She's like, oh, I'll kill you.
But have you changed your attitude? Because the humor in your house is not the humor in the rest of the world.
That's true.
Of course I have.
Good.
And I've only been here for 2
I'm
days.
a new and improved daddy.
Good.
And you know what? Right now, and Lisa mentioned too that her kids are, she's having problems with kids fighting in the house. We've got another one that's kind of interesting. It's Jean. Now, Jean, what's the deal with fighting in your kids?
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Hi.
Morning.
Hi, Nanny Stella.
Hi, how are you?
Nanny, we're in trouble. Come move in with us.
Well, you can apply. We're casting right now, so apply.
Well, here's the issue we have.
Okay.
I have an 11-year-old. My husband and I, we have an 11-year-old, and we have a 7-year-old.
Yep.
Well, my dad died 2 years ago, so we brought my mother from another state to live with us. We don't have an issue with our children fighting because it's not tolerated in the house, but my mother picks on my children to the point where she makes them cry and makes me cry. And then when I confronted her about it and told her, Mom, it makes me unhappy, she said, well, it makes me happy to see your kids get angry.
Oh.
Stop it. And I went as far as I told her, it's going to stop or you're getting a one-way ticket to live with my sister because I just can't put up with it.
Okay, and then is she on a plane already?
She's with my sister, and my sister's calling me, you have to take your mom back because now she's fighting with my sister's children.
Okay.
Wow.
It's kind of funny, but it's not funny. But once you set the rules in your house, it doesn't matter who they apply to, they apply. And, obviously we put our parents on a pedestal and we have this level of respect. But that, what your mom's saying sounds very unhealthy to me. And you couldn't bring your mom back into your family environment right now if her attitude hasn't changed. So you would have to speak to her very respectfully, very diplomatically, but explain to her that these are the rules and you see that's what, is beneficial to your family. And if she would like like to come back and, participate and help you raise your children in a positive way, then so be it. But otherwise, she needs to stay with your sister.
Or do you give her a timeout?
Well, she's got time out. She's with the sister.
Give grandma a timeout
Where can
and
the
ship
sister
her off.
send her?
I'd put her in a home. Let's talk now. Now, this is back to, this is more to Lisa's problem. They've got a 9-year-old and 7-year-old sons, and they fight constantly. Donna, say hello to Nanny Stella.
Hey, Nanny Stella. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Hi, Donna.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So here's my problem. I've got a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old boy and a 3-year-old daughter. The 9-year, they're all great kids. But the 9-year-old and the 7-year-old, they just bicker at the littlest stuff. It could be anything from your backpack is touching mine to a toy.
Stench and I do that.
It drives me insane. And I don't know how to get them to get over it. It's just stupid stuff.
Okay, I'm going to be creative for a minute. We're going to do a little, reverse psychology. Today, they are not allowed to speak to each other all day or play together.
Ooh, I like that.
I love that.
Okay? And then and the minute they try to talk to each other, they're not allowed.
Ooh.
Okay?
That's a good one.
And then you explain that situation and why you did it.
Okay.
And then
That's
they'll
a
love
great
each other
idea.
because
I
they'll
like
miss
that
each
one.
other, right? They
Yeah,
want to be
because
together.
when it suits them, they'll want to be nice to each other, and that's not how the world works.
Oh,
That's actually a really good
that
one.
is. I'm saving that. I'm writing that one down too.
Lisa's thinking, that's what we do. We take notes every time she's sitting.
Right, I know.
Then I go home, I'm a great parent for 2 days.
Because I actually have the same problem as someone on the phone. We can go to Trish, and I have the same problem. Hi, Trish. Trish.
Trish! Is your phone
Trish. Oh, wow.
Bummer.
Okay, here's the problem. Because
hates
Trish
you.
has the same thing. Her 3-year-old won't stop sucking her thumb. My 2.5-year-old won't give up her pacifier. I kind of consider those the same thing. How do you get them? Because I feel bad. She freaks out. She wants that pacifier, and it makes me feel guilty, and I give it to her.
Well, they're not the same thing because the thumb sucking, you can't take the thumb away.
That's true.
Okay, so you've got a tougher one with the thumb.
Okay.
The pacifier, it's easy, but it's hard. It's just about being consistent.
Motor oil?
No.
Motor oil.
Just, hey, throwing it out there, huh? Go ahead.
Jack, what you need to do first is you and your wife need to be prepared because obviously it's something, it is her pacifier. It soothes her.
Right.
So you have to be prepared that there are going to, there's going to be some angst with this, some tears, but you prepare her. And what I would do is I would say that you're taking the, the binkies, the pacifiers, the dummies, the dodos, whatever you
Right.
call them.
We call them a nook.
Okay, the
Nook.
nooks. So you're going to take the nooks to the pediatrician for the babies. Because only the babies need the pacifiers,
That's right.
okay? Because she's transitioning into being that, toddler, big girl.
Big girl.
Yeah. But then when you're ready, you have to do it and you don't give it back. But when she does give up the pacifiers, you're going to give her a reward, a toy, a doll, because
Okay.
she's
Here's
moved.
I only
treasure chest like
and
Jack does?
I like Nanny Stella's advice. The one thing, we do have another baby on the way, and when that baby has a pacifier, is she going to freak out?
Well, she is, but you're going to explain to her that if
It's for the baby
it's
and
for
not-
the
okay.
baby, and that's you could even ask her if she wants to give them to her new baby that's coming.
Oh,
That's
that's
a
a
good
great
way to
idea.
keep
I
it
like that.
involved.
And then
nice.
what happens is your new baby can bring her a present.
Okay, nice.
That's what we did. That's
Yeah.
exactly what we were told to do. The older child brings the new baby a present. Now, is it good to tell them this a week before, 2 weeks before? How long do you set it up?
Well, sometimes it's a long time and they don't take you seriously. So start at a week and then keep reminding them and then do it.
Okay, how about this one? Let's talk to Liz. Liz has got a good one because this
What do you
happens in
want
my
me to
house.
do?
Liz, I want you to talk to Nanny Stella.
Help me, please. I'm just yelling at my daughter.
Oh,
Who's she yelling at?
her daughter.
Oh my gosh.
wow, it's
What's the
happening right in
problem?
front of our eyes and ears.
Had it ready. Oh. No, it's not. Sorry.
This is like
It's a real life one.
Yeah.
It's cool. Go.
My
I love
daughter-
it.
Okay. I have a 6-year-old and I have an 8-year-old. My 6-year-old, she's more like understanding. She'll help me out a little bit more. And then she'll try to share with her sister. My 8-year-old is like, don't touch my stuff. And then when she gets mad, she's like, right now, she can't find her other shoe. And I told her last night, get your stuff ready. She's like, everything's ready. When she gets mad and I try to scold her, she starts trying to hit me. She starts trying to scratch me. And then she throws a big tantrum. And then she's like, I hate you. And then the thing with her, though, is you have to leave her alone until she calms down. But I don't like the fact of how she reacts when she's upset.
Okay, well, I'm not being rude, but I just heard you yelling at your kid too, okay? So just put in your mind's eye that you are the role model and you have to calm down before she knows how to calm down. The first thing that I would do is still check on her. You can't take her at face value that she got her stuff ready. So until she does, you have to keep checking that her stuff was ready the night before so that you're not having the tantrums in the morning. But then you also have to explain to her that her behaviour is inappropriate, what the consequence is going to be for her behaviour, and then follow through. But please don't yell at her or spank her.
Or spank her?
No, you know I don't like that.
Nanny Stella, come on.
No,
But the kid hits
The other
her.
thing too is like sometimes I feel like she has some, because like I said, her little sister, she's 6. I mean, her little sister listens more, she understands a little bit more, and sometimes I feel like she has some type of animosity coming towards her sister because she doesn't.
You
want
know what, ma'am? No disrespect, so would I. Because all you've done since you got on radio is compare your kids.
Ooh.
They're individuals. You know, you have to embrace each quality in each child, but please stop comparing them. It's not fair.
Oh, you're really
good advice.
You're really good.
I love Nanny
Hey,
Stella.
I want to talk to Rachel right now because she's kind of along my lines of parenting, and the Nanny Stella won't like this, so that's what I want to talk to. Hi, Rachel. Welcome to the show. What do you got to say to Nanny Stella?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Here's my thing. When my 2 boys, I have 2 boys, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. I'm a single parent, so my mom used to hit us when we were little. So I don't like to hit them. I do not. I hate it. So I tried the whole timeout thing, send them
But
in
you
chairs,
do
put them
it.
in the corner. No, it didn't work. So then everybody's like, well, try spanking them. So I spank them, but I don't do it hard because I'm scared
So
to
she don't
hurt
like
them.
it, but she does it.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I do it.
There's no choice. What else? But they laugh.
I'd laugh because it's not serious. It's just, okay, I'll try it. Oh, it's not working.
You're a bad spanker.
No, and it's not like a giggle. Like they look at me and they tell me, I don't want to hear anything. So they cover their mouth and then they since they can't hold it in, they're like.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, how old are your kids?
2 and 4.
2 and 4?
Yeah, and they don't call me mom. They call me Rachel.
there's so many
There's
issues.
something else going on right there. Why do they call you Rachel?
Well, the big one used to call me mom, and then he kind of just stopped and started calling me Rachel. And then the
big
little
one.
the 4-year-old. And then the other one, he's never called me mom.
Okay, well, there's a few things going on there, and I would just combat one problem at a time. But for me, if I was mom, I would want to be called mom. So I would explain that you expect to be called mom. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that would be the first thing. But the second thing is you have to find something else that works for your kids. It is about getting them where it hurts, but it's not physical. Remove a privilege. They go in time out. You know,
timeout does not work.
well,
Hit him with
it does
a
if you're
belt.
consistent.
Well, I tried the chair in the
Hit 'em
corner
with a
thing.
belt.
How long did you try it for?
We probably did it for like a good 6 months, and then it kind of wore off. And then that
Ma'am,
was
there
it.
is no way that if you tried to do time out for 6 months consistently, it didn't work.
Well, okay, he's only 2, so he's got to sit there for 2, right? Equivalent to their age.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
He was up. He was ready to end.
Yeah, well, you just got to keep putting him back and putting him back
You
and
have no
putting him
patience,
back.
it seems like.
You know,
try the tactic.
You know what we found? We found at a festival. It's this great thing called the timeout bear. It's a stuffed bear that has a timer in it that you put in the corner with them, and so they know when the bell, like you set the amount of time for their timeout, and then the bell goes off when they're done, so that they know how long their timeout is.
Okay, when we come back, we're going to talk to Shannon. Now, you think negotiating with terrorists is bad. Try negotiating with the 2-year-old. That's her problem. When we come back on the Jamie... All right, you guys, we are back. It is Therapy Thursday. Jamie out with the baby. Caden's 1 week old today, so happy birthday,
Yay,
Caden.
Caden. Yay.
Lisa Rinna filling in as our guest host, and our therapist today for Therapy Thursday, Nanny Stella from Nanny 911. Now, you guys are running through reruns throughout the summer.
We are, yes.
And your usual time, and then when you come back in the fall, new night and time?
Yeah,
or-
in the fall, we're going to be Friday nights, 8 o'clock on Fox.
Awesome. The show is so good. It really is. One of the shows, but what's fun is I watch it in a Springer sort of way. Like I watch Springer to feel very superior to those people on Springer because I
Yeah.
am. I watch this like that guy's way worse dad than I am.
I do the same.
Yeah, I love
and
that
then
on the
sometimes
show.
I do get tidbits. I do learn from it if I allow myself.
Right.
I mean, let's not lose sight. We are drama and entertainment.
Of course.
Oh, it's good. It really
It's
is good.
good.
And you see those kids and you're like, oh, I wouldn't let my kid act like that.
But well, seriously, though, what do you think about the parents? Like, do you think, how on earth could they have got to that stage?
Yeah, how did
Yeah.
they get to
Yes,
that
of
point?
course. Like, how could they be doing that? It's horrible.
But it's easy to get there. It's not hard to get
No,
there.
it's true.
Yeah.
If you keep letting those things go, then 6 years down the line, you're still sleeping with the kids in your bed.
Yeah, we may
and
have
it
some
goes
problems
by
in my house.
so fast.
I'm coming to your
really
house.
does.
Somebody's bought a consultation for you.
You need to come into my house, but I have a feeling that people will be looking at me going, God, he's a terrible dad, just like I do to them.
Well, I'll come without the cameras and then I'll just talk about you on the radio.
Oh, okay, that'll
Oh,
work
yeah, you
out.
should do it.
Let's talk right now to Shannon. Now, Shannon's got an interesting thing with her husband and their 2-year-old. Shannon, what happens with your husband?
He tries to negotiate with him. Like,
he'll kick and scream and throw a fit when he's changing his diaper, and he's like, come on, buddy, it's okay. Let me just do this. Do you want pee-pee on you? Hold on, I'll get you a cookie. Like, nonstop. It's like watching a little kid with him.
Okay.
Seems logical. You negotiate, like, hey,
No,
do this,
you
and I'll
don't.
give you this.
You don't, but
No,
Shannon...
he's a wreck when he's home. He just walks around whining and screaming all day long.
Okay, so this is really more marriage guidance than Nanny 911 guidance, okay? But what do you do? Do you explain to him that, that's really not the way to
I've told him
go?
a million times. I've sat there and done details. Look at when he does this, this is what I do. When he does this, like my husband will put him on his timeout mat and he just gets up and runs for it. All I have to do is say his name and he'll sit down, whine it out, and then start yelling from the other room, all done, all done.
Well, it really seems like you need to work more with your husband at this stage than you do with your son. Because your son obviously is playing your husband too. He knows if he kicks and screams on the changing table, his dad's going to negotiate.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this
and
happens...
we've been in therapy for a year, but he won't change anything.
Husband or child?
Ooh.
He's listened to me. He's listened to me from upstairs. I tell him, go upstairs and listen to the way I do it. And he's amazed by the fact that Xander doesn't walk around whining or crying or anything like that.
Why does he have to go
Talks
upstairs
nicely.
and listen to you? Why
Because
can't you
just
shadow
seeing
him? Sorry?
Just seeing him, he freaks out.
All right.
Your child freaks out just seeing your son?
No one can get away with
As
murder.
soon as he walks in,
You got to go back to therapy. It's not working.
yeah, we're still going, but he just doesn't seem to change anything. He still
Wow.
This happens
lets
at my
him
house
do whatever he wants.
At your
He's a
house?
wreck.
Yeah, because I'm the one. I feel guilty. I find it very hard to be mean and forceful with my kid. And so when it's timeout time, my kid will look at my wife and say, no, daddy timeout, because she knows it's way easier with me. Any punishment goes easier with me. This happens all the time.
You know what, though? That you've just hit the nail on the head, because there's the misconception, though, right? Whoever told you that disciplining your kids meant you were being mean?
I know. I don't know. It just feels
at
mean
my
to me.
house,
No.
whenever mommy disciplines, it's like, why is mommy so mean to my baby?
Oh, see, you're creating havoc.
It's fun, and then the baby runs. It's like, I love daddy. And I'm like, yes, you do.
Wow. Thanks for letting me off the hook.
But when daddy,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, when daddy puts the hammer down, boom, we listen.
Look, you're not meant to be mean. This is serious now, okay? You're not meant to be mean. Discipline means, I'm not going to be philosophical here, it means to teach. We know that, right?
Yes.
Punishing your kids is mean when you think, yeah, I'm going to get you. That's mean. But discipline is just teaching them the difference between right and wrong and what the consequences are. And the earlier you start, the better. And I would be a tag team for that little boy right now. I wouldn't be doing it offside. He has to get used to his father being around because he's his father.
That's good. Good answer. There's your advice. And plus, they have therapy issues and lots of other good stuff. Let's real quick try to jam another one in here. Let's talk to Lillian going through a divorce with a young child. What's the problem here?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, here's the problem. We separated in September, and it was a lot friendlier, and our son, Royce, he was fine. And now we recently got back together, tried to work things out. We separated again at the beginning of May, and every time he takes him, when he brings him back, he's really, really cranky. He's really nervous. He's whiny, and that's not like him at all. He's never been like that.
Don't put it on the dad.
How old's your son?
He's almost 2. June 24th, he'll be 2.
Oh, that's young. I was going to ask, you would communicate with him and ask him what's going on, but, his level of communication's not that developed yet. Yeah. I definitely think you should speak to your husband and find out what's going on, but you have to come at this with a refreshed attitude. You can't be angry. You have to say, I'm really concerned about our son's behavior. Can you help me with it? And you have to be a united front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little hard to do, but it's worth it for our son. So
I mean, the only other thing you can do is you be, as consistent as you always are when he comes home. But I hear this a lot. I have friends that have older kids, and they go to stay at their dad's on the weekend, and they say, it takes me till Wednesday to get him back on track.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly. I got him back last Friday. It took me until Saturday night to get him back on track.
But you just have to be consistent, because the minute you don't, then you're going to have bigger issues with your son, and he's only 2.
Right.
So
Okay.
just take 10 deep breaths and keep trying, and keep patting yourself on the back for doing a good job.
That's
Okay.
good advice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for the call, Lillian.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with more with Nanny Stella, Lisa Rinna, the Jamie Jack and Stench Show.
Stench.
Good morning, everybody. Therapy Thursday is in full effect right now. Actually, this will be our last round of calls. Nanny Stella in here from Nanny 911. Lisa Rinna's in here. We got moms. We got nannies. We got good stuff.
I love this. I am just talking to Nanny Stella during the break.
Taking
I
notes.
will not shut up. It is so fabulous. Oh, I'm having such a good time. Thank you.
Isn't she like a plethora of information
She
that
really
you just like,
is.
whoa, really? Hold on.
I mean,
What?
I would like her to just come live at my house.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Are you a nanny right now, or are you just doing the TV show? What's happening?
I'm building an empire.
You're building
Yes,
the
you
Great
are.
Nanny Empire?
Yeah.
Good for you.
You are. Good for
Nanny
you.
Stella Inc. on its way.
Perfect.
Very good.
We need more like you.
Yes, we do. Let's go right now back to the calls because there's so many. I know we're not going to get to everyone on the line, and we apologize for that, but we'll get through as many as we can. Right now, let's talk to Melissa. Melissa, what is your question for Nanny Stella?
Hi, Nanny Stella.
Hi,
Good
Melissa.
morning.
Good morning.
Hi. I am a teacher, and I know I only have a week left of school. But my problem is I've had a student for the full year who has driving me crazy. He talks back. He doesn't follow the directions. He doesn't listen. I feel like I've tried everything. So, and my concern is there anything I can do, like maybe basically for future reference, if I have a student like this again?
My first question is, though, what is your protocol for inappropriate behaviour? Because, with going to school comes with rules. What are the rules for his behaviour?
Okay. They need to follow the rules, pay attention. But like if they do something wrong, I do called like pull a card system. Not personally very fond of it, but majority of teachers use
How
it.
old's the child?
Oh, I teach third graders, so he's 9 years old.
So does he get sent, it sounds like he's really upset you along the way. Does he get sent to the head? Where does he go?
Yeah, he does. He goes to the principal, and we've called mom. We've done all the stuff with the mom. He's been suspended before. Sometimes I'll just have to send him to another classroom if the principal's not there.
Wow.
He's missed a field trip. He's missed other fun activities. So I've taken things away. I've also done the positive things where, okay, every time he does something good, I've rewarded him, and I've gone out and bought French fries at lunchtime, and him and I shared French fries together.
May I ask a question? Do you think he has something else going on? I mean, is there any ADD, ADHD?
No, but I know that there's family, home life is
I have a
not
question.
the greatest.
Is this a possible, and you being a teacher and Nanny Stella as well, is there such thing as just a bad kid?
No.
Is there just a bad kid out there?
Eventually, yes. But,
Yeah.
they all start off as perfect babies and people just ruin them.
But I mean, can you fix it at that point? The 8 or 9 year old kid,
Absolutely.
Is it a possibility that it's just like?
I mean,
ooh.
she's, Melissa's saying that there are undertones, family
Yeah.
situations going on. I mean, you have to involve the parents more than just calling them, parent conference. His behavior is severe.
Yeah.
Because the other thing is, in fairness, he's going on to the next class. Somebody else is going to inherit that behavior. So
Right.
it has to be checked. And it's not about corporal punishment. We don't do that anymore, and I don't condone it. It's about, maybe he needs to sit out of class more, and maybe he needs to miss more field assignments. Especially if the positive, how consistent is the positive side of your reinforcement?
That's what I prefer to use. I prefer to use positive reinforcement. But like the time where I bought him French fries at lunch, it was great. And then a half hour after lunch ended, he was a pain again.
But you also don't want to give the message that, he can play you either. You are the role model. You are the teacher. There has to be a respect factor. And I think he should be going to the head, the counselor more, and maybe his parents need to be being called more. I mean, it's your job to educate him and somewhat discipline, but it's also, his parents' responsibility to make sure that he knows how he has to behave in school as well as your job.
Okay, now what if the parents don't, they say they're going to do stuff and then they don't follow through with it? Then there's nothing much. Is there anything else I could do after that?
Yeah, there's a part of me would just be really nurturing that boy. Because if nobody's interested in him at home, he's going to be crying for attention wherever he goes.
Good advice right there. Let's keep moving really quick. We're going to go to Lisa. Lisa, you're on with Nanny Stella. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. You guys totally rule.
We
My-
rule.
My question is, I have a 16-year-old. I have 3 teenagers. But my 16-year-old, he cusses in casual conversation. He just cussed all the time. I take away his guitar, his games, his things, and he'll be good on, for those 2 weeks that I've taken it or with the time that I've taken it. And as soon as he gets it back, he goes back to cussing again. And I can't get him to stop.
You're just going to have to get him where it hurts somewhere else. So it would have to be on a daily basis, not on a weekly basis or a monthly basis.
We've tried the daily basis. If he cusses that day, he doesn't use his, like I said, his things. And he
okay, this is what I'd be doing now. I'd be getting a dictionary out, and I'd be having him find a new word to replace the one he's using, and he would have to write it out 100 times.
Ooh. Well, the thing is that my son, he's top 5 nationally in his school, in the national. He's an intelligent child. He has a better vocabulary than I do.
Right.
And he uses that. He says, I'm smart, and I'm top 5 in his class, and he uses that, and his vocabulary is great, but he's just.
Except for the F word.
You know what? That's fine, and I'm really proud of your son for being top 5, but that doesn't give him the right to do something inappropriate. So you know what? If you don't want him to pick a word out of the dictionary, because already you're validating things. You're already telling me that because he's smart, he gets away with it. Well, no, because...
No, he tells me.
But he's not the boss. He's not the boss. You are. So if you don't want him to sit down and use the dictionary, no problem. Let him think of a word and let him write it 1,000 times.
There we go. I love
he's smart. He can work hard.
That's right.
Oh my God! Imagine doing that. I had to write sentences in school all the time. If I had to do it at home, I think I'd have flipped out of my mind.
You'd get the message pretty quick.
Yeah, I think it's going to work.
Well, right now we've got another Lisa on the phone, and Lisa wants to know about how soon you can discipline with a child.
Okay.
Lisa.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you for taking my call. I am a first-time mother, and I have a 10-month-old at home. And he is extremely advanced for his age. I'm sure all moms say that. But
yeah,
he walks already. He's climbing already. Right. So he's into everything, and he's very active. He takes his naps. He sleeps well at night, but he's active all day. And when I try and keep him away from dangerous things, and I say no, and I'm very consistent, he always consistently goes back immediately to what I'm trying to keep him away from. And I know 10 months is very young to expect any results. Is 10 months too young to begin the discipline process?
Well, no, but there's different, varying degrees of discipline. Sometimes no gets overused. You're saying no to him all the time. So, get a little bit more creative. Start saying danger or ouch.
I do that.
That will hurt.
Danger,
or pinch his neck like South Park.
I say dirty. I say all those different things, and I don't hit, and I don't do timeout because why he wouldn't understand that. But
well, he would in essence if you just take him away from the situation and sit him down somewhere quietly he is a little young, but you could do that for a minute. You could sit him down. You're telling me he's very smart and he understands a lot.
Yes.
But the thing is, this is when we all get lazy because it's hard work to keep removing him from the situation. Some of the things maybe you need to take out of his reach because some of it is just way too hard. But the other things, if he was approaching putting his finger in a fire, you're not going to let him do that.
That's right. He plays with the fireplace, and he plays with the stove, and he plays with the knobs. And, I've
like
locked
she's
off
psychic
the
nanny.
fireplace.
Obviously, the fire's going to be guarded, and a fire guard even gets hot, so you need to keep him away from that, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But the other thing is being consistent, because the other thing that happens, and this will happen, natural consequence, the time he burns his hand, he's not going to touch the fire again. But you don't want that to happen as a protective mom.
So when he shuts his finger in a drawer or something, Daddy gets mad at
He
Mommy.
shouldn't be able to get his fingers in a drawer.
Yeah, you should have those drawer
child
guards.
It should be, you should have child-proof locks, and your home should be, child safe.
It takes one day to go through. I've done it before at my house and
So
child-proof your house.
And they have it all at Target. You can go in there and pick up. They have that whole baby-proofing section.
Yeah, you can't over-baby-proof your house, can you, Nanny Stella?
Just be consistent and keep doing it. But you just have to keep removing him from those dangerous situations, and that is your form of discipline, to remove him.
All right, now, Nanny Stella, that's it. We've got to wrap up here. Thank you so much for coming in. We love having you in here, as always. Once again, Nanny 911's going to run throughout the summer. They're reruns, and then in the fall, they're back on Fridays at 8 o'clock on Fox.
And you can be on it, right?
Yeah.
They're having
Yeah.
a casting.
Oh, yeah.
Fox.com. Go check out trying to get on the Nanny.
Yeah, I'd like to stay local.
I'm going to apply.
You need to be on.
You'll be in my house.
I'm coming to your house anyway. Somebody's volunteered you on the QT, and I'm coming. Just no cameras.
Probably anyone in this room has volunteered me.
Actually, and they paid me. They paid me to come. So it's bad.
It's a free consult, courtesy of someone here at the radio station. All right, well, Nanny Stella, thank you so much. That's it for Therapy Thursday. When we return, we will have comedian Harland Williams in studio with us, talk about a show coming up with him right here on the Jamie Jack and Stench. Wow, that was a big one, impressive one coming back. I like that sound effect. So here's what we've got going on. Lisa Rinna filling in for Jamie White today, who's out having, or has had the baby. Actually, baby's 1 week old today. And we had Nanny Stella, who just left for Therapy Thursday. And now we have Nanny Harland Williams in the studio.
Manny Harland.
Manny, how are you, Harland?
It's good. I had to leave the kids under a bridge under the 405 to be here today. So those 5 little weasels better not be eating old Band-Aids and Q-tips. I hate it when they put things in their mouths.
Oh, man. Hey, Harland's here because he's going to be at the Irvine Improv tonight through Sunday and doing stand-up. But you've got some of the most memorable scenes in movies ever. Forever
thanks.
Dumb and Dumber, the pee-drinking cop. Remember that scene as classic. And then for me in Something About
It's
Mary.
all about Something About Mary.
Something About Mary.
Thanks.
That was the funniest
You're
thing
so
I've ever
funny.
seen.
7-minute abs,
funny.
baby. 7-minute abs. Thanks,
Absolutely
man.
awesome stuff.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
But now, how do you live that down? I mean, you do something that's that big of a comedy piece, and like I say, when I see you, I'm like, that's the dude. That rules.
I just
7-minute
move on.
abs.
I move on to the next movie and
Yeah.
just try to outdo it or do something just as good. That's the way Daddy rolls.
What's coming up for Daddy?
Daddy's new movie that just came out called Surf School.
Okay.
And I got another one coming out called Employee of the Month in September.
Which I believe is a Jessica Simpson movie.
Oh.
Jessica Simpson, Dane Cook, Andy Dick's in there.
Andy Dick is comedy, too.
And
What do you play in that movie?
I played Dane's best buddy, a guy named Russell Porpoise. And I play Dane's buddy in the movie, and we all work at like a Costco type of place. It's like that show The Office, except in Costco.
So, like, downgraded.
I like it.
Yeah,
No, we
or
all wanna
upgraded,
know.
whatever you like. So,
Working in the office or working in the warehouse.
yeah, it's cool, man. But
How is Jessica?
she's great. She's a very sweet girl, smart girl, loving,
Well, I like you
caring.
smart.
Likes
You
to-
smart right out of the box.
Well, let's just put it this way. As soon as I saw her as a test, I threw a Rubik's Cube at her.
Yeah.
And she did it like before I could blink.
I knew she was smart.
No,
I
she's
knew
a
she was a rocket scientist.
She really is a smart girl. People, the clips they always show of her being, saying something silly, but
It's her act.
yeah, the girls have made a
course.
lot of money, and she's got a bunch of enterprises,
She
and
got rid of that boy band, her husband.
yeah,
Smart move right there.
yeah. See, there you go. So welcome to L.A., man. Do you like L.A.?
Yeah, I love it.
I love it, man. Just driving over here, man. Only here on the morning drive. I did 6 drive-bys, and I got in a rear ender. I got out, started singing the national anthem in Spanish to the guy. He just got in his car and took off. I mean, it's great here. I love it. You ever drive right through a mall?
No, I haven't done that.
What a wake-up that is. Some people stop for a coffee. I'll crash through the Galleria. I took out 4 Victoria's Secrets this morning. You ever drive through a Victoria's Secret and have a real bra around the front of your car?
No.
God, I used to wear a thong on my face during that whole SARS scare when I'd fly.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the little SARS mask, so I'd wear a Victoria's Secret thong on my face. The pilot would come up and flirt with me all through he'd say, "Hey, Cinnamon Angel, what's up?" God, I should join a gang. You want to join a gang?
Yeah. What kind of gang did you get in?
Let's start a gang.
I'm up for it.
Victoria's Secret gang. God. You ever wake up in the morning and you have Applejack sitting on your eyes? You know that cereal Applejack?
Yes.
Someone's just an elf or something came in the night and put a couple on your eye.
That'll happen to just the best of them.
How about Count Chocula? What's with this guy? He's the only vampire in the world with buck teeth. What's that guy going to eat through a block of cheese? God. He's real scary. And his scary friend Frankenberry, he's got strawberries painted on his fingernails. Ooh, don't come over here with those nails.
Hold on, we got to take a break. We're going to come back more with Harland Williams. You can catch him tonight through Sunday, the Irvine Improv. Tickets at improv.com or call 949-854 888-866-5455. We'll be back with more right after this. Okay, this is good stuff because our extreme gator wrangling just ended. Gig's back in the house, and he brought us the ice blended mochas with the extra caffeine.
Gig.
Extreme caffeine.
Thanks.
Zoom,
He didn't bring
Thanks
anything
a
for
lot.
Harland, though.
I'll
Sorry,
enjoy
Harland.
this big cup of emptiness that I call my life.
Do you want a cookie?
A cookie.
Would you like to have a cookie?
This ain't my first barbecue, girlfriend. I'm excited. Can I make a little announcement about
Okay, go ahead.
something?
Yeah.
About somebody who's doing a little something, something?
Yeah, if you want.
Are-
We were talking it's kind of not announced, but if you want to talk about
Can
it.
I
it'll-
break the
You have a
news?
world premiere?
I have a world first. Our beautiful co-hostess
Lisa Rinna.
is starring in Chicago on Broadway.
Congratulations.
Very soon. When does it start?
Well, it's not going to be for a while,
Oh.
actually, because they have some other people doing it, but I'm going to do it soon.
Oh, see?
That's awesome.
It's
It's a
pretty
bit
good,
ambiguous,
Huh?
but
Yeah.
just, be
Hey,
there.
thanks for putting that out there. It's secret.
Well,
thanks
it was
for breaking that.
It
No
was
one
really
knows about
a
it.
roll into what I'm doing, Cats.
That's right,
I'm
and Les
starring
Mis,
in
I
Cats.
heard.
Les
Harland
Mis.
Williams and
And
Cats.
Cats.
I do Les Mis, the early show, and then I whip over to the Fresno Playhouse, and I do Cats at the Armenian Community Center. And I'd like to give you a little bit of Cats, if you don't
Okay,
mind.
go ahead.
Meow! Meow!
Wow.
How about that? That's just a taste.
That's better than the original because I
Yeah.
sat through that
Wow.
original and wanted to hang myself. At
Jo-
intermission, I thought it was over.
Oh, do you want to hear one of the tender, quieter scenes?
Yeah.
In my next life, I'm going to be a comedian.
Are you?
Yeah, I want to be funny like that. If that's funny. If we
If that's fun, that's the big question. Yeah, I'm wondering myself. If nobody's laughing, there's a bunch of cats in an alley on their backs right now howling.
It's an interpretive art, I guess. There's some people.
Like if you're sitting over there, then like who's that guy on your driver's license, Scoob?
Oh, we can have a Shaggy off because you can
Yeah,
do
I
Shaggy
can
too.
do Shaggy
Oh,
too.
behave. Let's have a shag off, baby. Oh, behave. You
Hey.
can do Shaggy?
It's like one of the only voices I can do.
Let's hear it. Lay
But
it
I
on me.
see,
What
but
are
I
you
can't just
doing?
turn it
Hold
on, turn it off because I'm not a comedic genius. Like
Come
Harland
on,
Williams.
turn us
up to it.
on.
And he goes, like, hey, Scoob, I'm getting out of here.
Like if you're saying that over there, then who the hell am I?
All right.
God, those two are in the mystery machine eating mushrooms right
Okay.
now, don't you?
In the movie version,
Yeah.
in the movie version,
Yeah.
at the one point they were on the beach in the mystery machine. Smoke was coming out of it,
Yeah.
and it looked like they were cooking inside.
Yeah.
But they were playing Pasta Dutchie. The Pasta Dutchie on the.
You guys all scare
I
me.
know this because my kids watch that
You
movie
scare
over
me.
and over. But I'm
Scare
like,
me.
they're smoking pot. Scoob and
Yeah,
Shag are
of
so
course.
Of course
high.
they
Yeah.
are. Always.
Sure. Yeah.
Right, Harland?
Yeah, they're high as hell. How else do you see all those monsters, man?
That's right.
Hey.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
Yes.
I have one at my house.
Come
Harland.
on.
Oh, Lisa
Yeah.
Rinna, I lived in a haunted house.
I have a ghost in my
Jack
bathroom.
mocks me to death for living
What?
in a haunted house.
What happened?
Yes.
You are too fat to believe in ghosts.
Dude, you don't believe in ghosts until you live with one.
Yeah.
Then you're like, got a ghost.
Was your
Oh.
ghost a nice ghost or a mean ghost?
Or a fat ghost?
Actually, normal sized, older white guy,
Normal
little balding.
size, thank
But
you.
he didn't do anything really bad, but broke stuff, knocked stuff over,
Ah.
shook doors, lights on and off, that kind of fun stuff.
See, mine I
Wow.
can't see. It's invisible, but it'll come behind me in the bathroom and brush up against me or move. I can see it move. I know I sound
Out
crazy.
of the corner of your eye,
It's
go
true.
by, boom.
What?
Out of the corner of your eye,
Yeah.
like go by.
Yeah.
Wait a
oh,
minute.
for
It's
sure.
only in the bathroom?
It's only in the bathroom.
Violet wasn't
Sure,
goes
it's
to
not
Lisa's
a
house.
creepy
I'd be in the
landlord or
bathroom.
something? Yeah. Wow.
And it's usually when I'm naked.
Oh, boy.
So it's a guy ghost.
Yeah. That's weird. So a fat ghost. Have you ever dated a fat girl?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm dating one now. I mean, this chick's so fat she's got stretch marks on her fridge. Is that is that wrong? Well,
That's a fat girl.
she's fat
She's really fat.
on her fridge.
Hey, you just told us too off air that you've got another movie you're getting ready to work on. Are you working on it already, or is it coming up? The Dukes.
Oh, the Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah,
Yeah.
we start shooting in 2 weeks, man.
Wow,
be
congratulations.
awesome.
So it's
Yeah.
a prequel.
It's the prequel to the one they did, and I'm playing Roscoe P. Coltrane, the sheriff.
You're gonna rule.
Yeah, what a dream role. I mean, I don't, between Cats and Les Mis, here I go.
The only part that could rival Roscoe would be to be Cooter. So Cooter and Roscoe
That's
rule.
so true. Good for you.
What a weird name, Cooter. I wouldn't want to be called Cooter. You walk into the wrong bar and you're in a world of trouble with that name.
Hey, Cooter.
Hey, Cooter.
So where do you shoot that movie?
We're doing it here in L.A., I think right over there at Ralph's. Yeah, no lack of food anyhow. Maybe that fat ghost will show up. Boo! Give me some Pop-Tarts. Boo!
All right, you guys. Harland Williams has been our guest here for the last little bit. He's at the Irvine Improv tonight through Sunday. You got a whole lot of shows. You can get tickets at theimprov.com or call 949-854-5455. Thanks for coming in, and congratulations on all your movies and stand-up and success.
Thank you so much. Good luck with everything.
Thank you. You too, Harlan. It's nice to meet you.
And we'll see you guys later over
See you
at
on the
Del
other
Taco.
side.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys.
See you,
Happy
Harlan.
holidays.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench.